Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of the 6th Byte podcast. Today's main topic is something that Made by Google is today. So, our complete news for today: Made by Google's Pixel 11 event. Anthropic is turning Claude's Code auto mode on by default. And Microsoft accidentally rolling out a OneDrive app to everyone's PCs. Well, without further ado, roll the intro. Okay, so I'm over here on PC Mag, which is a news outlet. I'm gonna have all these linked in our bio for all these links, so you can see them. All the stuff that they're going to release Made by Google. So saying that it's almost time, it was expected to come out. Obviously, the Pixel 11. They're also expecting a Pixel Watch 5 and a thing called the Pixel Tag, kind of like the Apple AirTag. So Made by Google will be out today, August 12th at 6 p.m. This is obviously being released 6 hours before that. So yeah. So was expected, we're supposed to have obviously different colorways. So the images show that. And then these are the expected colorways. It's like a pinkish, bluish, looks like a blackish, and a greenish, I'm gonna say. And it will say the corners, it looks like the bezel's actually not that bad, but saying that I've never owned a Pixel, who knows. And then, obviously, the Tensor G6 chip will power it. The Pro will be limited to 12 gigabytes of RAM, but even though the last two came with 16 gigabytes of RAM, well, obviously you kind of know what happened because of the current RAM shortage. Yeah. So Google's removing all the 128 gigabyte options also, so it's starting at 256 gigabytes instead. That's also a good thing, but the bad thing is each device will start at $100 more than last year. Now, everyone's favorite part, what's new with Gemini? Now, what they're thinking of uploading is this thing called Magic Queue, according to these screenshots here. It will give you some, like, things that you will find the info instantly and all that. It's kind of a thing, yeah. Well, anyways, up to the Pixel Watch. The Pixel 5 watch is eventually coming, but eventually, you already know that Google released the Google wearable, looks like a Whoop band, also known as the Fitbit Air. So that's that. Yeah. That's this is the Pixel Watch 4, they're hoping to get a new one. Now, the Pixel Tag, on the other hand, it's supposed to be a small tracker that will only work in the Google Find Hub network. So hopefully Google's ultra wideband for precision tracking works just like it does for Samsung's smartphones and all that stuff. Now, probably they won't say anything about Android XR or the Google Book at this event, but we really hope that they do, because it is something I do want to eventually get my hands on. Going into story 2 now, and get out of here, ad blocker. Anthropic is turning Claude's Code auto mode on by default. Auto mode was pitched as a way to balance the speed and control, but if it's an auto mode, instead of presenting prompts asking for human approval at each step, it will proceed unless an action is determined to be irreversible, destructive, or aimed outside the environment. It is in testing, so who knows what could happen. Yeah. But luckily, in a post on X, Claude Code's head, Boris Cherny said, "The team and I used auto mode exclusively, have been for many months. I couldn't imagine going back to bishop prompts." And I mean, makes sense. I sometimes code in Microsoft VS Code, and that's very painful to do already, to approve every single prompt. Anyways, the final story: Microsoft sabotaging OneDrive because of the stupid app that they decided to release. The only thing is, it's really stupid because, so, OneDrive Photos is a completely separate app to OneDrive. Luckily, that app hasn't affected my PC yet, so I'm good for now. Anyways, it's told that it's being installed automatically whether wanted or not, which, I mean, even for a business thing, you can aim is for some business they are sending Microsoft accounts, but if you use stuff like a Microsoft Active Directory, yeah, so that's that. But yeah, they only previously commented on it, but at least they acknowledge that it's being installed. There's still no official comment on why it's being on business devices, but yeah, they say the rollout to enterprise PCs was not intentional, so that was a mistake that they're probably in the process of correcting. So yeah, well, that is that's what's going on for today. Edition of the 6th Byte podcast. So thank you for watching episode 1, and make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you in another episode. Bye.